Hello? Okay. This is a bit on a delay. I cannot hear myself now through my computer, so I'm going to rely on you just to tell me if you can hear me. Hello, everybody there. This is just a casual, very short live. Can you tell me if you can hear me? I'm using a very small microphone attached to my shirt this time. Okay, thank you very much, Sadiq Leia. We can hear you. Okay. Hi, everybody. Officially, hello. Okay. This is nothing super special, okay? Don't think I have anything super important to announce or anything like that. Just a small update or small casual chat about the recent videos. I have some comments there. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, I hope not to take too much of your time today. I want to mention few things about Mari's video about the accident they had on Toleka, and then few words about the letter to the Federation as well, and a few other comments. Okay, so how are you liking these recent videos from Mari? Updates and reports and everything. Thank you. I like your panda. Yes, no cabal message there. Is just my stuffed animal that I've had for a long time. So let's go straight to it. Mari's published a video about this accident that happened on Toleka. It's funny, actually, interesting, because a few days before that happened, I had a strange dream, and in that dream, that was like before that happened, so I didn't know, of course, and in that dream, I saw myself above in space looking down, and as I'm looking down, I see the starship falling, like I'm observing the starship going down. I didn't know if it was doing that on purpose or falling, but it was like definitely going down. So it's interesting. And then we were told about this accident, which in the beginning it was something classified, so we couldn't talk about that. But I'm glad it was mentioned and that Mari explained it, and for different reasons. One of these reasons is that you can actually see some of their events, some of the things they have to confront, how not easy it is to be up there in space, and how many problems sometimes they have to face. So that's one reason why I liked this information to be out there for you. And also it's also showing you that, you know, the civilization, even though super advanced and technological, they still have to face these technological problems sometimes, because I actually received several comments here and there, even personal message, saying, wow, that's even from the followers that were like super followers for a very long time and already know that they are people, that they have physical craft. And even someone said, oh, wow, I was surprised to find out that, you know, being so advanced, they still face these types of problems. So I think this video did a very good job showing here that yes, these types of problems do occur. So it is reprogramming our mind a lot that has been shifted, that has been shaped to believe not only that they are some kind of a supernatural beings, androgynous, you know, light beings flying around, but that also their ships are undamageable, that they are just there floating, like Mari said, in Merkabahs made of light, which, by the way, this is something to do more with higher densities, although, as it was also explained, in the higher densities you wouldn't even need a ship. You just manifest wherever. If you use a ship, it's probably just for you to see it or to interact with it for whatever reason. So anyway, now I saw some questions from people regarding this accident, and people were commenting left and right, and there were even some technical guys who seem to know about these types of military operations and Navy stuff, and they're like giving their opinion about how they would have done this or how they would have managed this, and giving their opinion. Like, for example, one of the questions was that why didn't the fighters why weren't they just flown between Saska and Toleka heavy cruisers? Why were they just not flown between the starships? Why such a manual operation? Well, I have to say, to every question that is out there, there is an explanation. Believe me, they know what they are doing. They are not amateurs at this. So if there is anything you don't understand, it's just because you don't have a specific piece of puzzle to understand this. Also remember, they are not humans. They have a different technology. They have a different environment. They have a different ways of doing things, so you cannot just take your human understanding of how things work here with the Navy ships or whatever and transfer that onto them. It's never going to be exactly equivalent, exactly the same. So why were not fighters flown between the ship? And here Yaski gave us an answer, and she said this. Well, because the two ships usually dock and unload like that with no incidents, because it is considered easier here. It takes less than 4 hours. In this case, the fighter class could not fly from one to another because the Super Susies are new and not activated yet, brand new. And the Hungry Gunnable, the one that was damaged, was badly damaged, and that's why it had to be transferred like that. It was already damaged. It had to be transferred like that, towed with a tractor, because its engines don't work. So docking Saska and Toleka was the only way. Besides, the Hungry Gunnable was no longer in service and only taking space inside Toleka. Fighter ships usually arrive with their own power, like in the case of the two new Blackbird-class fighter interceptors that arrived 2 months ago. So this is the explanation to this question. There was also another question somewhere. Well, this is maybe not such a technical question, but I saw that question. Oh, can you hear me very well? I don't know how to turn down the sensitivity of the microphone. I don't know what that is. There is no such a thing here. I think I'm just too close, maybe. Can you hear me okay? Yes? Hello? Can you confirm everything is okay? I think you're on a delay, so that's why I cannot see your answers right away. Can you confirm everything is okay? Can you hear me nice? Yes, okay, now I see the answers. Okay, so let me continue. Another question that I saw, for example, was about URMAs. That URMA should have noticed, because URMAs are the ones escorting targets and being close to them, so of course they are in constant communication, and they would have seen that something is wrong and they would have offered their help. Well, of course, but of course they noticed, and of course they offered to help, but targets only answered that they would handle things themselves. And that's it. That's the explanation. They have, their reasons. They wanted to do this by themselves. It just shows, how determined they are to not to depend on external help and try to fix things themselves if they can. They are quite resourceful. So that's the explanation. You might also wonder. Someone was saying why there was no decompression with the explosion, yet Toleka was venting air into space. Well, the answer here is the internal pressurization is not enough to contain the escaping air that is at a higher pressure, because internal, it is more or less at 1 bar, and the air escaping is at over 100 psi of pressure. I understood nothing of that sentence, but I hope that some of you do. I wish I could understand this stuff easier, but that's the answer, okay? Now, also there were questions about how couldn't AI do the job? Why didn't they rely on the AI to do this? Well, as we actually said that before also, and they explained that they do not always rely on the artificial intelligence to just do everything for them. In fact, a lot of them have daily tasks to do with maintenance and repairs and things like that. They do a lot of things manually, and they don't just hand over everything to the AI. Otherwise, they will have absolutely nothing to do. The AI would just do everything, including brushing their teeth, like it's just no life at all. In fact, they enjoy doing things manually, and a lot of things have to be done manually. They even like scrub toilets sometimes, you know, if it needs to be done. So there was actually a nice comment by someone in a Telegram group, which, by the way, I do look at sometimes, and someone was explaining this, like why they are not relying on the AI. Actually, I remember, yes, it was about them not wanting to delegate everything to the AI, wanting to maintain some of the, you know, contact with life and the spirituality. That's how they are not. That's how they are making sure they are not becoming some kind of an over technological, you know, society where everything is done for them. They are still maintaining their humanity there, and they just choose to be this way. They choose to many houses. They still have, you know, wood. You know, you heat your place with the wood because that's how they like. Of course, not everywhere, but some people like it that way. They return to the simple, to the craft, to the artistic. You know, we talked about this many times. So this also shows, I mean, this video, this aspect of their society. So that's why also I'm glad this was explained by Mari, so you can understand more how their society operates. Now, I think I have no more questions about the accident thing. As you see, everything has an explanation, and you know, I know there are just theories and questions about everything and about every single subject. Sometimes even I think, you know, that's why also one of many reasons why the comments are also closed, because, you know, for every subject there will be like, okay, people will be questioning this and why that and why is that not that way, or they will be offering their, you know, analytical assessment of the situation, and why not do it that way. And even though it's understandable, of course, I also sometimes have these types of questions, but they cannot just be there to, you know, respond to every single theory or question that is out there. So I did my best here, passing some of these questions, but I don't have much more. They go on from one topic to the next, and they cannot just stop and explaining every single subject for too long. Now, she also mentioned, oh yeah, I was also going to say about the AI. For example, they have had the elevator, service elevator that has been out of service for like 2 years, broken. And now that they have Saska still, from what I understand, still, yes, they are using the tools and the repairs and the team that arrived to repair that service elevator. The AI didn't just go in there and, you know, repair that. They are actually doing this manually, and that elevator was broken for like over 2 years. I also remember some time ago, a few years ago, Aneka was talking about how she and a few other people, I think it was Naishara and someone else, they actually had to go outside on the hull of the ship to repair some kind of a damage on the outside. They were totally outside, and she was describing the procedure and how she felt. It was like for the first time for her, to be outside, floating in space. And it was very emotional and exciting and scary at the same time, but she did it and she was proud of herself. So again, it just didn't repair itself with its, polymorphic properties and AI. It had to be done manually. Some things just have to be done by the human to make sure they're done with the precision that only humans can see and apply. Yes, that's how they are. Now, it was also mentioned Super Susies. Let me just go to the chat very fast, since it is a sort of a casual chat with you guys. So let me just make sure you are there, and then everything is okay. I have a new addition to my stuffed animal collection. This is a new beagle puppy that I found just recently. Okay, I think everything is okay. The chat is not moving too fast. Let's continue. And now, Mari mentioned Super Susies. And I'm excited about this, and I would like to know more, because in a new episode for the Interstellar series, I actually have an episode on Susie, because the last one was about scimitars, and then this is going to be about Susie. So I think I'm going to have to talk to someone about this, and hopefully Yaski here can offer some information about the Super Susies. And she said this about Super Susies: they are a beast. The name Super is not a joke. They are Susie class on steroids, and after a year in the gym and training. That's what was said about the Super Susies. So that's going to be interesting. Okay, on the Tortons, I have nothing new. Mari is informing you here pretty well about all the developments. All I know is that they are still isolated, so they don't know much about what's happening in those meetings. But here, Yaski comments that not all of them are really isolated, because the high command knows what is going on. It's just that it's still classified, but she knows. How does she know? Because she has people in the inside. No, it's not a secret either. The fact I'm saying this, it's okay. I made sure it's okay to say this. It was said that no, it's not a secret. They have people on the inside, and these are the people working for the Alcyone Council, for which Alanim is their ambassador here. So I assumed they were like Pleiadians, since the Alcyone Council is the one that supervises all the Pleiadian races. And the answer was that no, not necessarily, because the Pleiadians are not the only ones on the Alcyone side. But that was all. So let's see what Alanim can reveal to the rest of the crew and to us, to all of us here. If anything, let's see what happens. Okay, the next thing I want to mention is that the letter to the Federation that Mari and the Toleka crew wrote. Even though Mari today in the video said that they don't have any response yet, I do believe, and we all do believe, that the letter is important, because some people I saw also in the comments are questioning that it may be like it's not going to do anything, or the evil guys are too evil to even pay attention to this. That may be so, but it's still important because Toleka and Alanim, they represent all the Pleiades. This is the letter basically written in the name of Toleka and Tagetan society, but also basically in the name of the whole Pleiadian system. And Mari, who is writing the letter and who is running the channel where the letter has been published, is a future queen. She is the Alanim's successor. So, and everybody knows that out there. So, of course, they have to pay attention one way or the other. Just because there is no answer, maybe not yet, it doesn't mean that it hasn't reached their awareness, and that they haven't touched some buttons here and there. And not only that, all the other races are observing as well. So all the other races who have been observing actually this work, our work, Taigetan's work and involvement here for years, they are being made aware of these points, all these different points that Mari mentioned in the video. So some of the races who might have been a bit passive, indifferent, or maybe even ignorant of what's happening with the Federation because they don't bother to look at and analyze like SWARUUians and Taigetans do, those races might raise their eyebrow now, like, wow, we didn't know this. Wow, there's actually some validity to this letter. Let's see, what we can do, or let's see what the Federation says. And if they don't say anything back, those races are going to note that as well. And them not answering is going also to give a certain message to the other races. They are not explaining, they are not entering in any type of communication here on a rational basis, transparent basis with the Taigetans. What's happening? Why aren't they? Do they have something to hide? So this is going to open, I think, a lot of eyes. I don't know if that's the right expression, open eyes. A lot of different races are going to look at this and consider this and think about this. So I think it's important for all these different reasons. However, going back to the Federation itself, remember that it is a very, very, very extremely complicated subject. Everything that has to do with the Federation is. Okay, so yes, they have been guilty, and they are guilty of all these different things that Mari has mentioned, and they were mentioned in the past also by Yaski and others, but it's still very complex. And I always I don't jump into like right away into this dualistic mindset as many people do, like evil, good, because we don't have all the data. Even Taigetans don't have all the data. The Federation is not good or bad, as we always say. It's extremely complex. And as Yaski says, even living up here and being involved in all this, seeing the politics, is not enough to nearly start to understand what the heck is going on. We still don't have all the data, with all the points that Mari mentioned being super valid, of course. That's valid. Up to that point, valid. Having said that, as Yaski also here explains, well, what is true is that the Federation is using exactly the same tactics as the Cabal that controls Earth. And she says, because they hide behind several layers of disinformation, contradicting information. So the Federation is very dubious in that sense, for sure. It's basically a reflection of the Cabal on Earth, being the Cabal's controller. But also she says here, I'm just sharing parts of the conversation, that's why it's like so casual here. Okay, she also says, the problem also is that there is no one to blame. I cannot go and accuse the andros of anything, as they too even accept things are not right. And also, interesting point here, she also says this, we also must face a cultural problem, because the andros, Andromedans, they say andros for short, are too compliant, they are too soft by nature, and they take things very easy. They are not as harsh and direct as other races, like the Urmas in the extreme. Those are clear, direct, and proactive. So cultural differences make everything even more difficult, as each star race confronts the problem in a different way, their own unique way. So as you see here, very, very good, interesting point. You might have a Federation problem, but all these different races, such a mix of such a huge number of Federation races, they will all be approaching this and seeing this, interpreting and reacting to that in a totally different manner, because their culture is different. They are also different from one another. So this adds to the complexity of how to approach this, as you see. Anyway, this was a part of the conversation we had. Thank you very much, PLN. Okay, Miami's incident. Someone is asking. I don't have any information about this. We didn't talk about that. I am pretty sure that if it's important, Mari will say something about it. Or if she doesn't, and I have Yaski online, for example, then I might ask, okay? I think if it was very, very important, it would have been mentioned already. Bent, thank you very much. I'm going to be in contact with you, Bent, by the way, because the microphone, your microphone, has a problem. I'll be in touch. Okay, now I want to thank you for all the videos that you have provided for our protection, protection for the Earth series of videos. Today it came out in Spanish, and there were 120 videos in that video. 40 minutes in total, all the Spanish videos. It took me quite a long time to edit that, but finally today it's out. And also thank you to the French ones and all the English ones. Again, I think it's all important, and I could again go into the reasons why I believe it's important, but I'm not going to do that right now. Several reasons why I believe it's important. It doesn't matter if they answer or do not answer. It's noted. It's there in the records, not only physical but etheric ones. Important. So if you still have something to say to the Federation, as you see, Zael also made a video to the Federation. If you still have something to say to the Federation itself, your own message, you can forward the video, and we have a separate channel called Llamada desde Planeta Tierra. It's in Spanish, but it's for both languages. It's called A Call from the Planet Earth. We have been collecting all kinds of messages there for the Federation and for the Cabal, whatever people want to express, for years now, for years. But this specific time now, you can use this time to speak, to say what you want and envision for the Earth as a starseed and as a human here on Earth. Because as Mari said today in the video, maybe the Etortans themselves are not listening there, but their teams are. And one of those teams are the Centauris. And they are following and monitoring what people say, and then they give the reports to the higher Federation levels even. So it's important what you express and what you say and what you want for your experience, because Mari talked about how she demands that the desire for the experience of starseeds on Earth is respected, right? Well then, what is that desire? Let them know. Let them know what you desire. That you don't want to live with such difficult conditions. That you don't want to be manipulated and lied to, and suffering here. Okay, so express that desire. Express what you want. Important. The email. How you send the video? Okay, you can send the video to the email, which will be provided soon in the description of this video. Okay. It's to Sirona. Sirona is the one handling the videos and uploading it. Thank you very much, Sirona. So send it to there, your video. If it's too big for the email, because sometimes it happens, what you can do is upload it to your channel, YouTube channel, and send her a link. This way she is going to download that and upload it to that channel. Okay? Yes, Krista, I submitted a video a few days ago, but I'm still waiting to be, because if there are a lot of them, especially I think might be a lot of them, Sirona needs time, because it's only her doing that job and she has her life, so it might take it some time, but it will be uploaded. Of course, avoid all the words that might endanger the channel. Okay, we don't want to lose that channel. It's important. So don't say anything, use the words like papayas or whatever, the ones that I use. Thank you very much, Salvador. By the way, and this is like my already last point that I want to mention, that channel actually was inspired a few years ago, so quite a long time ago, actually by SWARUU, I must say. And SWARUU made a declaration also to the Federation, a message to the Federation. That was like, I don't know when. And I actually went to my channel to look for that video in the English one, and I couldn't find it because I wanted to share with you, like, okay, let's just combine the forces here. This is what SWARUU said. I couldn't find it, and it turns out that I only published it in Spanish, so you don't have it in the English channel. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to translate the transcript, and I will share it as a text on the website. So I'm going to send a link to that as soon as I have it up. But it's a very interesting letter as well. Interestingly, that's 2018. She's mentioning papayas already. She's talking about the importance of avoiding that. 2018. And other things that at this time I do not remember. And I remember that because of that, we started the channel with our own messages to the Federation. However, at the beginning, it was quite different because we were asking for assistance. People were asking for assistance. Please help us. Because at that time, we didn't understand, I'm talking about here the whole team, how the situation with the Federation works. Now we are not asking for any assistance. We're demanding certain things to be done a certain way as legitimate citizens of this planet and of off-planet realms as well as starseeds living this human experience. So as soon as I had it translated, I'm going to share it with you. Now let's see the chat. Oh, thank you very much, Eva Carolina. She is the one now sharing the channel and the email where to send those videos. Okay? Yes. Chica says, Zael video got me thinking about levels of corruption within the Federation and Earth. That's right, because it's basically the same realm. It's basically the same thing. It's the same levels maybe of the Cabal, but it's the same thing. Okay, can I share a letter to the world? A letter to the world I just wrote. Yes, but it must be in the form of the video. To the video. Hey, if you want to share a message to other starseeds, something inspiring, that's also okay. Yes, does Sirona need the video files under a certain size? Like I said, yes, probably, because I already received some emails saying that the video didn't reach, it was too big. Like I said, you can make it into the YouTube video. It doesn't have to be public. You can make it unlisted. If you make it unlisted, no one can see it. Only the person with the link will be able to see it. Just remember, it has to be as a video, not as letters. So that's it. I'm glad that I finished this project of the protective shield because it was a lot of work. And now I can continue with other videos. Maybe I will share with you a couple of ideas for the next videos. We'll actually have some older video from Anneka about the Saturn and the Federation, and some of that information is going to be shared. Also, like a mini topic about the Sun, something there about the Sun and galactic waves. I also have a 6-year anniversary surprise video, but I'm not going to tell you what it's going to be yet, okay? I have to work on that too. It's going to be 6-year anniversary video. Also, I have, I think, 2 more mini topics to share. I also want to talk about mirrors a little bit more, some more information about the mirrors. Also, the Egypt is in the making there, yes, yes. I also have an interesting video with some anecdotes, like things that just happened, kind of like what Mari shares now, but things that happened in the past, some anecdotes here and there, etc., etc. I'm glad though, because some of that huge list of what I had to publish from the past is shrinking now, so it's a bit of relief there, but there's still stuff. Okay, I think this is it. This is pretty much it. Let me go to the chat very fast, see if there's anything happening. Daniel is asking, are any ETs closely monitoring solar or cosmic activity for dangerous events? Yeah, but there's nothing dangerous happening with the sun. They keep insisting on that. There's nothing going on there. Of course, they monitor everything all the time. That's also one of the Federation tasks, to be also, you know, on top of everything there. Eva Carolina, I keep sending messages but telepathic with a lot of intention. That's creating a shielding to Earth. Yes, that for sure also works. Do that in your meditations, in your daily contemplations, all the time. Let that be like your permanent state of mind. Oh, yes. So thank you guys. I don't know how long I've been on, but I'm always longer. Oh my God, 37 minutes. What? I thought I'm going to be talking for 10 minutes. It always goes longer than I expect. Okay, well, that's it though, okay? Let me just do a fast scan for any questions that I might answer very fast. Molika says, oh, I want to know about Saturn. Well, we already have the video on Saturn. It's not going to be like super new information there. It's just an interesting conversation with Anneka there. Okay, I'm just going through your questions and comments. Okay, I don't see any urgent questions here. Thank you very much. That's it. I'm out. Enjoy your days, enjoy your nights, and happy life. Okay? Bye-bye, everybody, and see you soon. We continue.